Hello, and welcome to EURAXESS Smart Talks.
The Smart Talks podcast series is an EU-funded EURAXESS project which provides information and assistance to researchers at any career stage.
EURAXESS support the EU research area in its ambition to create a single borderless market for research, innovation and technology in the EU.
We support researchers in mobility, careers within and outside academia, innovation and entrepreneurship.
We strive to increase scientific collaboration between Europe and the world. Hi, I'm Daria, a senior expert at EURAXESS National Contact Point in Latvia.
And I'm Jovan, a teaching and research assistant from the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering in Niš, Serbia.
And you are listening to the EURAXESS Smart Talks podcast.
Artemis Kudu is an entrepreneur and researcher at the Chios Center of Excellence at the University of Cyprus. In addition to this, she co-founded a privacy and data security startup with over $1 million. Artemis is a national delegate for the ISO Innovation Management Standard, an associate fellow of the Higher Academy, and serves on the board of the Nicosian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. She holds a PhD in mechanical engineering from the Imperial College of London, a master's in metrology from the University of Birmingham, and a bachelor's in mathematics from the University of Nottingham. In addition to her academic success, she is a pianist and a composer with a passion for exploring the connections between music and mathematics. Career-wise, Dr. Artemis Kudu has held key roles, including Research Infrastructure Manager at Chios Center of Excellence, Research Associate at Shell University Technology Center, and Akzo Nobel. Artemis has participated in over 10 European projects focused on information communication technologies, energy, and climate change. She has taught project management, energy law, and applied mathematics at various universities. In addition to this, she holds 2 international patents. Based on her vast experience, Artemis offers mentorship and expertise to startups and businesses on entrepreneurship, fundraising, and app promotion. Artemis, welcome.
So thank you very much for the introduction, and I'm very happy to have this smart talks with you and discuss about my journey and how to help other entrepreneurs and researchers to go through this journey.
Talking about starting your journey and your research career, I'm a mechanical engineer as well, and I know we come from a branch with a certain mindset. That's why I'm interested what inspired you to become a mechanical engineer and how this has helped you or influenced you in your career path.
So first of all, I love engineering. My PhD was in tribology. So I was in a lab testing various formulations for oils to minimize wear in metals. That has an application to cars. So I learned how to use a lot of microscope testing rigs and how to design my own. So it is very creative and it gives you the opportunity to test new ideas and also I wanted to study at Imperial College and learn from the top academics in their fields. And another reason that inspired me to pursue a PhD in engineering is that there's a lot of industrial companies that they give sponsorships. So my PhD was funded by Shell, and I was very excited to work closely with the industry, and that gave me the opportunity to also publish 2 patents. I wouldn't do it without Shell that has commercial interest. And I also had the opportunity to travel the world for conferences, and I also made a lot of close friends. So a PhD in engineering can make you more analytical, and also you can gain problem-solving skills that help a lot to my career in entrepreneurship.
Sounds great. So, how do you approach teaching? Cheating. How do you approach teaching such subjects like project management and energy law? And if project management is a little bit easier than energy law, definitely is not, to ensure your students are engaged and understand the material? And do you use examples from your business career? And how do the students respond?
Exactly. So I use a lot of famous use cases and also examples from my business career. So, for example, we use famous examples like the Denver International Airport baggage handling system project, where it suffered from massive scope creep. So the scope wasn't clear, so that was leading to enormous delays and cost overruns. So it's important to use a lot of real examples so that students understand them. And I like to involve trophies and prizes in my teaching. For example, 2 years ago, when I was teaching project management at the University of Cyprus, I involved Grant Thornton. It's a big consulting company, and they gave 2 scholarships to the top 2 students of the class to sit the exam for Prince 2 as a project management certification. And this gives them the motivation to be better in the class.
This is a real cheating in comparison to another lecturers who do not have such award prizes. But this is a real thing for students. I mean,
Exactly.
something
Yes,
that
and
is
it
worth.
helps them with a career later. So it's important to start early on to improve their CVs.
I know that I'm not being interviewed now, but I just want to add something. Every time we had a professor who did some job in industry and he made a presentation about it and showed us developing a new product or doing analysis or tests for some new product, all of us in the classroom are with eyes wide open just looking at him, and that's the knowledge that remains with you throughout your whole life. Theoretical stuff can be forgotten or remembered, but those practical things never leave you, at least in my opinion.
Exactly. And also, it's the best lectures are when you invite people from the industry to give seminars. And that was actually our trainee in Y Combinator. It's accelerator we joined with Malloc in Silicon Valley. It's one of the best accelerators in the world. That a lot of big companies, unicorns, came out from it, like Airbnb, Coinbase, Stripe, and all the lectures, all the training was through other CEOs and founders, and also Imperial College in the management degree. They bring a lot of industrial experts to talk about their experiences. So it's very important.
I would only add, I had a professor who would always say that in the engineering field, previously it was 10 years for you to become a dinosaur, to not know what is current in the field. And now that it's being developed much faster, it's becoming going down to 5 years. In this sense, it's great to have such experience and people from industry come into academia and bring the latest into the curriculum for our fellow students of engineering. But to switch off or switch forward, we wanted also to talk about what motivated you to co-found Malloc, and could you name some of the initial challenges you faced during establishing your startup?
Yes, sure. So I always liked entrepreneurship. I made few attempts in the past to build business, and always returning to academia. But with Malloc, at that time, the government released some grants for its pre-seed grants when you have an idea, when you are very early stage. And together with a colleague from the university in Cyprus that I was working with, so we were both liking entrepreneurship and discussing the news of the industry and the tech industry. So I asked her if she has any idea to apply for, and she was very keen in privacy. So we were seeing a lot of, when we're talking about something, and then we were seeing relevant advertisements in social media. So we wanted to develop this mobile app to protect the users' data. And so that was the motivation. We faced a couple of challenges. So it was a bit difficult at the beginning to attract investment, especially from Europe and Cyprus. But once we created the prototype and got users, then it was easy to enter Y Combinator. It's a accelerator that I talked to you about in US. So in US, the system is a bit different than Europe. You get more easily investment. They have also these safe agreements. They are like short contracts when they give you money without getting any shares until you get successful. And so another challenge was to keep growing. So you need to build your product based on what users need. So you get feedback from the users, and you try to make the product based on what they need, and make sure you can keep up with all the bugs that you have if you have any tech product like a mobile app or software. And you have to keep your users happy, and also build a good marketing strategy, because marketing is costly. So you need to find to be creative and find ways to create viral content and be able to stand out from the competitors.
This is so tricky. How you avoid, viral content is good, of course, for gaining downloads, but this from hype to harm is the easiest way to get into troubles a little bit. Maybe you can tell us how you checked on this blind spots that you cannot think about every concept or every situation that you can get in with the viral content. How you maybe a little bit about that, and then I will proceed with the next question.
Yes, so we kind of hired like actors, and they were like young friends that we had, and so we created like stories. You can check it in our social media. So we created stories on like someone, for example, playing with a mobile, and then a spyware is coming and it's infecting your phone. So they came up with a couple of ideas, and we created these stories, and we made these short videos. When we put it in our social media, we're not happy to pay for ads because we're against big tech, but we had to pay it, like to have more visibility for paid ads. And also we collaborated with a lot of influencers. For example, Hardware Savvy. It's a famous YouTuber in tech, and he has featured us a couple of times in Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. He had the audience, the targeted audience that we needed. It was everyone who cared about their privacy and security. So that was very efficient. And also other strategies we employed to promote the app. We did a lot of content writing, app store optimization. So it's where you optimize the pictures in Play Store and Google App Store, and also Apple Store. So you play with the pictures to make them more to stand out and see. And in each country, it works differently. For example, in UK, they like a lot of to be more colorful and to have more cartoons in it, while in other countries it works to have plain text and screenshots of your app. And also you play with the keywords, so so that you appear first when someone search about, for example, cybersecurity app. And also we did some affiliate marketing.
Good. I see you have 1 million downloads. I wish we could have something like that. We should think about viral content as well. But have you been, I'm sure that you have you been doing the like analysis of the market, the competitors that you have, and what is it something that makes you stand out of them?
Mhm. Yes, you have to perform to do market analysis regularly. You have to watch also the feedback of other apps, for example, to see what people like, they don't like. You also have to analyze your feedback. So all the comments in Play Store, you have to read them and reply to them, to all your users, to see what they like, what they don't like. So the cybersecurity market is very competitive. Roughly all of them, they do the similar strategies, but you have to create also some collaborations. Uh, so, for example, we tried Brave ads. Brave is a browser. It's a more privacy browser. So we collaborated with them to be advertised there, because their audience is more our target users. So you have to think like a lot of creative ways to be ahead of the competitors.
Besides your role in entrepreneurship, we also spoke about your major roles in research and academia. How do you manage to balance all of these roles in your everyday work? And what skills do you find most transferable between these fields?
So sometimes it's a lot of work, but if you love what you are doing, then you don't feel like working. Uh, so it's important to be motivated on what you are working on. So I find motivation through the impact the projects I'm working on have. For example, now in academia, I'm working in the health field and epidemiology. And also, I love learning new things. So it's another thing that motivates me um, to balance my work. And apart from work, so you have to balance your life, and you have to, for example, exercise. So I love going to the gym, doing yoga, playing the piano, going out with my friends, spend time with my family, and I also love nature. So it's important to do what you like, and then what you love, and then you you can balance everything.
So I assume some viral application in health also is upcoming, yeah, from your side. If you started in health sector right now, but anyway, you participated in the EURAXESS startup tour. So could you tell us a little bit about this and what it meant for you and why you decided to apply and how was it? Was it easy or hard or yeah?
So it was an amazing experience. So it was back in 2022. So I joined the tour in Israel, in Tel Aviv and Haifa, together with other 10 grantees. So Israel has one of the best startup ecosystems in the world. We visited the Technion Institute of Technology, and we learn about the EIT Food Accelerator and the T-Start program. And those, they have an impressive portfolio that includes 10 unicorns. And it was fascinating to see the journey of these unicorns. So we are also introduced to BizTech. So it was an it's Israel's leading national program for technological entrepreneurship. And it's important to see how government supports entrepreneurship in Israel, and they spend a lot of money to help entrepreneurs and grow this ecosystem. And I was also very excited to meet other entrepreneurs and investors, and the culture of Israel. And also, it was amazing to see that in Israel, they teach entrepreneurship from very young age. So they introduce it in schools. So it was fascinating to see how their ecosystem works.
A big part of this, because we had the famous Nobel laureate in one of our previous episodes, Professor Schachtman, who was one of the people who started the Israeli startups in academia, is that they actually have classes for PhD students where they, as you previously said that you do now, invite people from industry and try to inspire them to solve problems from industry, and based on this create new startups. So that's a very fascinating approach, and an approach that has been spread throughout the world, but as you mentioned now, has its infancy in Israel. Um, Talking about the mentorship role, what do you enjoy most about mentoring startups, and what would your advice be to young upcoming entrepreneurs?
So I enjoy seeing the transformation from an idea to prototype and then to commercial product. So I love to see growth. I'm like very addicted to growth. So currently I'm in the Women Tech EU program. It's an EU program that funds women founders in deep tech. And I'm mentoring a startup. It's called Enigma from the Politecnico di Milano. So they develop an invisible tag for products that allows traceability and fights counterfeiting. So the founders are researchers, and it's really nice to help them develop the entrepreneurship mindset, because researchers are very into details. They overthink. They don't release prototype fast in the market to see market adoption. They don't take risks easily. So I really love to see them transforming into this mindset. And so, my advice to young entrepreneurs is to create MVP, the minimum viable product, which is like fast prototype, and release it and get feedback. And if it doesn't work, and if people don't love it, then switch to another idea. So the idea has to solve a problem. It has to create value for people. People have to love it, and you have to care about the problem that solves to give you motivation. Otherwise, if it doesn't give you motivation, then entrepreneurship is a bit hard. You get a lot of rejections from the industry or the investors. So you have to keep being motivated and believe in what you are doing, but don't fall in love with your idea, because if it doesn't work, you have to switch and to another idea that works. So my advice is to be resilient, build something that motivates you to continue. Choose people you know well to work with, like friends, colleagues, family, and also create fast prototypes. There are a lot of tools out there, especially if you want to build an app or a software. There are a lot of white labeling tools that you can use to create your product. For example, Dropbox, they used a video. They did a video and they released it to thousands of people to get feedback. So they didn't even create the prototype, spend time, and they get feedback, and then they created Dropbox.
That's pretty smart, not to invest, but to first create something simple to showcase what your application will be and see how the market responds. And only then, if it's successful, go ahead with the plan. And to sum up, talking about your suggestions, one that caught my ear was try again. Talking about you and trying again and going forwards. Can you share with us what your upcoming plans are in academia, research, entrepreneurship? What's your next step?
Yeah, so now we are developing another startup for the shipping industry. So it is a digital copilot for engineers. So this tool it's assisting engineers to understand faster and better what a problem to solve a problem of a ship. So every day, my brother is a mechanical engineer for vessels. So he has to run through manuals, through past email correspondence. So we're creating this AI copilot to help them solve the problems and also find spare parts, the correct spare parts for ships more easily, so that you save fuel for ships in ports, or if they are waiting for the spare parts, you optimize the route to get the right spare part from the right port. So that's the next project that I'm working on. And also we are developing accommodation villas for tourists in Paphos next to the beach. So that's another project that is currently undergoing. And also I'm planning to release my next album in music.
Okay, thank you very much, Artemis. That was very good, and we had also a couple of practical advices from your side to our hopefully main part listeners, early stage researchers who are just starting their path. So one more thing would be also an advice that you shouldn't be too afraid to leave academia, because if you have a lot of experience, you definitely can return with it afterwards. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the EURAXESS Smart Talks podcast.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode and can't wait to share more with you next time.
You can follow us and find more episodes on the EURAXESS portal, our social media profiles, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
This episode was prepared by hosts Daria Aksionova and Jovan Aranjelovic, editor Isar Peer, and is dedicated in memoriam of Professor Miroslav Trajanovic.